Robert has a question.
Okay, so I actually almost had this situation happen just now. So it was I guess that's a torpedo type style. And all I had was a V cutter. And obviously, I don't think we can do that with this. But the question is, what do you do when you don't have a cutter?
That's a great question. But just keep in mind, yeah, that's a great question. But you can use a V cutter on a torpedo.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, I mean, you can absolutely use a V cutter on a torpedo. But
It looks at you weird.
If anybody else has any input on it, chime in.
Yeah, I've heard that you can use the thumbnail method. If the cigar has a nice cap on it, you can take your thumbnail and kind of run it under the cap. You actually have, obviously you have to have a thumbnail, but you just kind of run it under the cap, just twist it, turn it around, and just kind of pry it open, just really kind of carefully, and eventually the cap will just come off in one piece, and then it'll expose the binder, the binders, and then you're good to go.
Pretty cool.
It's supposed to be really easy. And then, there's also the teeth method. Just
I'm a big fan of the Boy Scout method. Always carry a pocket knife. That's the method that I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either make your own V
Pocket
cut
knife.
or do a straight cut with it.
Yeah, scissors in a bind will help you out.
Yep.
I just come back later when I find one.
make sure whatever you're using has a sharp blade, though.
Yeah,
Don't use
Trip's
the-
like, I'll just smoke later when I have a cutter.
It's not that important, I just,
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go the knife route, make sure the fucking thing's sharp.
I've never tried this method, but I was watching a video about it was about Cuban cigars and like when educational travel started up again in Cuba several years ago, and a guy was at a like coffee shop and a local, he was looking for a way to get a cigar lit and cut, and a local like used like a kitchen skewer, like a wooden skewer, and just kind of push it into the cigar through the cap, and seemed to work pretty good.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of like just a makeshift punch at that point.
Yeah.
But to address Robert's question though, with a torpedo, that's a little bit harder.
Yeah,
I guess you could
use that method for the.
Yeah, you could.
safety.
Well, you could do like essentially like kind of like a double punch, maybe poke it a little bit on the sides, a couple times, different places, maybe.
Yeah.
Or just bite the damn thing. You can bite the head off. It's not gonna be pretty on the end, but if the end goal is to smoke it anyway, who cares?
All right, just make sure that you've used enough polydent. Keep your dentures in.
Yeah, you don't want those coming out when
No.
when you're trying to cut your cigar.
Pull back, teeth and all come out. I got you.
Robert, I will say, like, sometimes you can't do a V cut properly on a torpedo because sometimes the cap isn't up far enough for it to work without you starting to affect the way the cigar is wrapped. But most of the time, I like to do a V because then if it starts to tar up a little bit, then you can do a perpendicular cut, and you can open up another set of the corners of the cigar, so it's a little easier to get a draw on. Because for me, torpedoes tend to tar up faster than other vitolas.
All right, thank you guys. It's good to know.
Always happy to help there, sir.